In this video, I would like to do the biblical account of the flood and compare it with the Babylonian account of the flood called Gilgamesh epic. An ancient Near Eastern text and its importance to understanding the Bible is Gilgamesh epic. Gilgamesh epic is the Babylonian flood account, and it is sharply contrasted in many ways, especially theologically, with the biblical account. In Gilgamesh epic, there is a hero called Utnapishtim, Utnapishtim, and one of the characters in the story named Enkidu, Enkidu, who is seeking immortality. Enkidu finally discovers Utnapishtim, the hero of the Babylonian account of the flood. Utnapishtim describes to him how the gods were angry, and they decided for no moral reason that they would simply destroy humankind. Outside of his hut, Utnapishtim heard these words, read hut, go build a boat. It appears that one of the gods had squealed and had brought that word to Utnapishtim because the gods had decided arbitrarily to destroy the whole human race. So because of that, he was saved. He built a boat and took his family and those who had helped him into the boat. He was in it, and the storm came, and the rains destroyed everybody and everything in a week. The gods had been terrified, even themselves, by the storm that they had created because it developed much beyond their control. They simply came down from the flood like hungry flies, or came down after the flood like hungry flies upon a sacrifice that was made because they were so hungry. In a week's time, they needed to be fed. They needed nourishment. What a contrast between the biblical account and Gilgamesh epic. God did not decide arbitrarily to destroy the earth, but he, because of the violence that was going on, had to bring judgment. Yet he would not go to all the trouble, yet he would go to all the trouble to reveal to a righteous Noah, one man and his family, the judgment coming because of his goodness and grace. He would do all of this for one man. This flood lasted for a week, but this flood did not last just for a week, but for a little over a year. And when Noah came out, the Lord did not have to descend upon the sacrifice that was offered as a fly, but he accepted it as a beautiful act of worship to him. It is striking that when we compare the ancient Near East with the biblical account of the flood, that we see the victory of God over against the arbitrariness of the gods. We see how God did not need a sacrifice, but accepted worship as a result, basically, of the deliverance that he had given to Noah. This is true in our lives as well. We have an advocate. We have one who rescues us from all testing. And that one, of course, is the Lord Jesus Christ, who rescues us from the judgments of God And as a result, we owe him our adoration and our praise. I fell asleep.